Bela Lugosi, who later became famous playing Dracula, photographed as an Austro-Hungarian lieutenant on the Russian front during World War I. Before Hollywood stardom, the Hungarian actor served his empire fighting brutal Eastern Front campaigns against Russian forces in the trenches. A Japanese Kawanishi H-6K Mavis flying boat refuels from submarine tanker I-122 in 1940. This innovative system extended the flying boat's operational range dramatically, allowing long-range reconnaissance missions across the vast Pacific Ocean before World War II erupted between Japan and America. Mace's department store detectives pose with their backs turned to protect their identities from shoplifters. These undercover security personnel worked the sales floors disguised as regular customers, catching thieves red-handed. Can you spot which shoppers are actually watching you in stores today? SS Legionary Misiti Ermenegildo from Milan, decorated with both Iron Cross First and Second Class earned on the Neptune Front battlefield. This Italian volunteer fought for Nazi Germany, receiving Germany's prestigious military honors for combat actions during the brutal Italian campaign against Allied forces. A French soldier at Verdun captured moments before a shell explodes behind him in 1916. The Battle of Verdun became World War I's longest and bloodiest single battle, with nearly 700,000 casualties. This photograph captures the constant artillery terror soldiers endured daily. Corporal Charles S. McNulty from Cedar Rapids, Iowa pauses for prayer before joining his division near Humorn during the Battle of the Bulge on January 8, 1945. This powerful moment captures a soldier seeking divine protection before facing Germany's desperate winter offensive in freezing Belgian forests. Japanese signalmen dig trenches in China, published in Asahi magazine on September 1, 1937. This photograph documented Japan's full-scale invasion of China that began in July 1937. Signal troops established communications networks supporting the brutal offensive that would escalate into 8 years of devastating war. Two Armenian women armed with rifles prepare for combat against Ottoman forces in this 1895 photograph. Armenian communities faced systematic persecution and massacres under Ottoman rule, with hundreds of thousands killed. These brave women joined resistance fighters defending their people during the Hamidian massacres across the empire. Miss Idaho Tina Louise poses for the Potato Peel Appeal campaign in 1953, promoting Idaho's famous potato industry. This quirky beauty pageant stunt combines state pride with agricultural marketing. Idaho's potato growers used creative promotions to establish their dominance in America's potato market during the 1950s. A shaving razor crafted by a South African Navy prisoner of war from a large roof truss nail while imprisoned in the Japanese POW camp at Makassar on Celebes Island. This ingenious tool demonstrates prisoners' resourcefulness and determination to maintain dignity under brutal captivity conditions. A North Vietnamese prisoner is captured in 1968, about to be handed to Saigon police chief Nguyen Ngoc Loan. This moment preceded the infamous street execution photographed by Eddie Adams, where Loan shot the prisoner without trial, creating one of war's most shocking images. An officer from the Yokosuka 4th Special Naval Landing Force rides a Type 94 tankette on Hainan Island around 1940. These miniature tanks supported Japanese naval infantry operations across China's coastline. Hainan Island served as a strategic base for controlling southern Chinese waters and territory. Waterloo Bridge in London, England photographed in 1930. This Victorian bridge, originally opened in 1817, would be demolished and rebuilt during World War II. Women workers constructed the replacement during wartime, earning it the nickname Ladies' Bridge for their contribution to London's wartime infrastructure efforts. Hollywood actress Jane Russell photographed in 1957. Russell became famous for her sultry roles and controversial publicity, particularly in Howard Hughes films. She believed pin-up photography could balance sensuality with artistic taste, often comparing different approaches to glamour photography, including Marilyn Monroe's famous calendar shoot. The Tannenberg Memorial stands amid winter scenery, built to commemorate Germany's 1914 Eastern Front victory over Russia. This massive monument in East Prussia became a Nazi propaganda symbol before Soviet forces demolished it in 1945. The site now lies in modern-day Poland, erased from history. Japanese General Iwan Matsui enters Nanjing on December 17, 1937, just as his troops began the horrific Nanjing massacre. Over 6 weeks, Japanese soldiers murdered an estimated 300,000 Chinese civilians and prisoners. Matsui was executed as a war criminal in 1948 for this atrocity. Photographer Konstantin Manos captured this Boston, Massachusetts street scene in 1974. Manos documented American urban life during the tumultuous 1970s, preserving everyday moments with his distinctive eye for composition and human interaction. His work chronicled Boston's working-class neighborhoods during a transformative era for American cities. Soldiers from the 36th Infantry Division enjoy Coca-Cola bottles during the brutal Italian campaign in 1943. These small comforts provided morale boosts amid constant combat. Coca-Cola followed American troops worldwide, bottling drinks near battlefronts to deliver tastes of home to exhausted soldiers fighting across Italy. Chiefs of Bunna, part of the Yusufzai tribe, captured as hostages by British forces at Ambala Pass in 1863. This photograph documents Britain's colonial campaign against Pashtun tribes resisting empire expansion in present-day Pakistan. British forces routinely took tribal leaders hostage to enforce compliance and suppress resistance. Soldiers from the Austro-Hungarian KUK 17th Infantry Regiment on the Isonzo front. This brutal Italian-Austrian battleground witnessed 11 devastating battles between 1915 to 1917. Can you imagine fighting repeated offensives over the same rocky terrain? Hundreds of thousands died capturing and recapturing these treacherous alpine positions. A Prussian corporal from the 8th Company of either Reserve or Landwehr Infantry Regiment No. 16. These reserve and territorial units mobilized during World War I, filling Germany's ranks with older soldiers and trained civilians. His uniform and insignia identify his specific regiment and company assignment clearly. A motorcycle crew riding a Harley-Davidson serves with the Shanghai Naval Landing Force during the January 28 incident in 1932. This conflict erupted when Japanese forces attacked Chinese positions in Shanghai. Japanese Marines used American motorcycles for reconnaissance and rapid communication across the urban battleground. Nazi guard Geniwanda Bachmann stands before a pile of shoes belonging to murdered victims at Stutthof concentration camp in 1945. Bachmann participated in brutal atrocities against prisoners. She was convicted of war crimes and executed by hanging in July 1946 for her horrific acts. Argentina's provisional president Pedro Eugenio Aramburu walks his daughter Saa down the aisle in 1957. Aramburu led Argentina following the 1955 coup that ousted Juan Perón. Despite this family moment, his presidency remained controversial, ultimately leading to his kidnapping and execution by Montoneros guerrillas in 1970. Ethel Campbell MBE, known as the Angel of Durban, lived from 1886 to 1954. This South African humanitarian devoted her life to helping soldiers during both World Wars, greeting troopships at Durban Harbour with refreshments and comfort, earning beloved status among thousands of grateful servicemen passing through. A German father and son serving together in an infantry regiment near Ypres read a letter from their wife and mother in 1915. This touching moment shows families torn apart yet serving side by side during World War I's brutal Western Front campaigns around devastated Ypres. A Japanese artillery crew repositions their horse-drawn Type 41 75mm mountain gun during combat operations in Manchuria in 1939. These lightweight mountain guns provided mobile fire support across Manchuria's rugged terrain. Japan occupied Manchuria since 1931, using it as a base for expansion across China. A grumpy child scowls in this daguerreotype from around 1850. Their severe expression captures childhood frustration perfectly. Daguerreotypes required subjects to remain motionless for extended periods, making it difficult for restless children. Can you imagine forcing a cranky kid to sit still for minutes under bright lights? On December 27, 1900, temperance activist Carrie Nation conducted her first public bar smashing at the Carey Hotel in Wichita, Kansas. Armed with a hatchet, she destroyed bottles and fixtures, launching her infamous crusade against alcohol that made her a controversial symbol of the Prohibition movement. Actress Jane Fonda shops at a Mayfair supermarket during the 1960s. Before becoming known for political activism and fitness videos, Fonda was Hollywood's rising star. This candid moment captures her doing everyday errands in London's upscale Mayfair district during her early film career. Saddam Hussein moments after capture by American forces in December 2003. The former Iraqi dictator was found hiding in an underground spider hole near Tikrit. Can you imagine a powerful dictator reduced to this disheveled state? He was later tried and executed in 2006 for crimes. 107-year-old Jack Riddle and wife Rosie, both formerly enslaved, posed with Ku Klux Klan members on Christmas Eve 1948. This cynical propaganda photo exploited the elderly couple to whitewash the KKK's terrorism. The offensive stunt weaponized charity to normalize white supremacist violence and hatred. Whitby, North Yorkshire, England, photographed in 1901 during the Edwardian era. This historic fishing port and seaside town inspired Bram Stoker's Dracula with its Gothic abbey ruins overlooking the harbour. The photograph preserves Whitby's maritime character, cobbled streets, and Victorian architecture before modern tourism transformed this coastal community. Italian soldiers from the CTV, Corpo Truppe Voluntary or Volunteer Troops Corps. Mussolini sent these fascist forces to support Franco's nationalists during the Spanish Civil War. Thousands of Italian troops and equipment poured into Spain, providing crucial military support against Republican forces throughout the conflict. Brigitte Bardot photographed in Cannes during the 1950s when she became France's most iconic actress and international sex symbol. Bardot revolutionized cinema with her liberated persona and natural beauty. Her roles challenged conservative social norms, making her a defining figure of 1950s-60s European cinema and French culture. Dolores Lolita Lebrun arrested after attacking the U.S. Capitol in 1954. She and three Puerto Rican nationalists, Rafael Cancel Miranda, Andres Figueroa Cordero, and Evan Flores Rodriguez, fired 30 rounds from semi-automatic pistols onto Congress from the viewing gallery, wounding 5 congressmen demanding Puerto Rican independence. The sister ships Olympic and Titanic photographed together at Southampton in 1912. Both White Star Line luxury liners represented the pinnacle of maritime engineering. While Olympic enjoyed a long career, Titanic tragically sank on her maiden voyage just months after this photograph, becoming history's most infamous shipwreck. A German V-2 rocket at the Blizna testing facility in occupied Poland in 1943. These revolutionary ballistic missiles terrorized London and Antwerp during the war's final stages. The V-2 represented the world's first long-range guided ballistic missile, pioneering technology that later enabled space exploration programs. The terrifying view from a Lancaster bomber's rear tail gunner position during World War II. These isolated gunners endured freezing temperatures, cramped conditions, and constant fear of enemy fighters attacking from behind. Tail gunners faced the highest casualty rates among bomber crews defending against German interceptors throughout missions.